Man, these levels are jacked. So I'm going to be using this new pool pump that I installed a few days ago. Let's see how it does against this algae. Alright, first things first, go ahead and grab your vacuum, set that in the pool. Right. And what we're going to be doing, I find this the easiest way, is to go ahead and use that return to get that water through the hose. That way you don't have any air leaks and you get some good suction. This is the easiest way I find to do it. Otherwise you're going to be struggling. So I like to put this in after. Right now the hose is empty. That way it's not, disturbing any of the algae on the ground. Alright. Let's make sure everything is secure. You see I already have my backwash hose set to the back. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this onto the filter setting. And make sure you have everything hooked up the way you want it before you do that. Okay, so you can see right away that water is going into the hose. It's nice and heavy. We got some bubbles coming out of the bottom. That means the water is getting through that hose, coming out of the bottom of the vacuum head. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try and, as quickly as possible, switch that hose from the return to the in outlet. So this is where your water is fed into your pump. To get that on nice and secure, make sure it doesn't come out so you don't lose suction. All right, it looks good. So speaking of suction, you want to make sure you close up any other ins or outs that are not in use. Okay, so that's just the second hose that I have there. So we're just going to be trying to get most of that water pressure through that middle one. All right, so now when you're ready, you want to go ahead and set this to waste. All right, so you can see right away it's going out to the waste. So what this is going to do is that's going to bypass the sand filter. That way you're not getting that nasty algae stuff all over your sand. All right, you got a good flow, get all those kinks out. All right, so when you set your vacuum head in there, make sure it's firmly on the ground. That way you can retain as much suction as possible. And you want to go ahead and do this slowly. This video is sped up for time, but this is actually going to take you some time here. Just make sure you take your time, don't disturb the algae, and keep it as close to the ground as possible. This is going to be an arm workout for sure. Alright, so this is about 30 minutes later. I like to get all of the loose algae up first and save these bigger clumps for last. I don't know, it's just fun to watch all the clumps disappear as you're vacuuming them. Kind of satisfying, actually. Make sure you get everything, every last piece. You don't want this algae growing again. So you can see here the top of the pool water is actually pretty clean. This is just dead algae that's been sitting at the bottom. Makes your pool look green. Okay, get all of those corners, everything up against the pool walls. Get as clean as possible so you're not having to do this again. We had some rain, so yeah, shocked it, and then everything just fell to the bottom of the pool floor. All right, let's go ahead and give it a nice skim. Get all those bugs out of there. Okay, so here I'm going to be using Arm and Hammer clear balance tabs. We missed one. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that in there. And then I got the old chlorine tablet that I took out of there. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there, give it a shake. Okay, clear that water up. Now, before you put the filter back on, you want to go ahead and backwash it until all of that water comes out clear. Basically cleaning the sand, make sure you're not pumping that algae back in there. Okay, unclog all of the valves that you clogged up. And make sure you do have the water running when you're, you see I have my hose here because you're going to lose a lot of water. Let's go ahead. All right, so it looks good. We're going to come back and check in about an hour. Alright, it's actually been 2 hours later. So that's how she's looking. If you found this video useful, go ahead and give me a follow for more pool cleaning tips.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, drop your comments and questions below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to follow along with our next projects, adventures, and all things MV living. Till next time, bye!